Chapter 10. Red Roses on a Grave. Bill Bones opens the door of Schofield's flower shop, situated at 736 North State Street, Chicago, closely followed by two of Johnny Turio's henchmen, dressed in grey pinstripe suits. He tips his black top hat to the owner. Patrick Schofield, may I presume? Billy opens his silver pocket watch. The time is 5:30 in the evening of Monday the 10th of November, 1924. And how may I help you, sir? Flowers for a funeral, perhaps? How did you guess? Asks the undead Jewish shadow man. You look like an undertaker, giggles the 43-year-old camp chubby florist, wearing a green apron and red bow tie. And I take it that these two gentlemen are relatives of the deceased? Actually, they work for me. This guy here is a grave digger, and Albert drives my hearse, grins the undead Jewish ex-undertaker. Frankie Ale walks into the shop. Keep him talking, he whispers into Bill Crow's right ear. You are English, aren't you? Asks the shadow man. My family arrived in New York City in 1914, 2 years after the Titanic sank. Believe me, we were crapping ourselves for the entire voyage. I was only 12 years old at the time, sighs Patsy. Dina Banyan is busy arranging various coloured chrysanthemums into a glass vase in the back room of the florist, when he hears the click of a pistol behind him. The Grim Reaper, no less, he sighs, turning around to face Frank Hill. I knew you were going to show up sooner or later, but to be honest, I thought it would be Johnny Turio who pulled the trigger. Why you, Frankie? The heist on Saturday, frowns the New York mob boss. The Grim Reaper is waiting for you next door. I am just your executioner. Would you be able to prepare me a wreath for Tuesday afternoon? Asks the undead shadow man, still waiting in the shop. Maybe a name in red roses. You ain't much good at flower arranging, Dean, frowns Frank, especially when you are nervous. Florist is a bit of a puffy occupation for a gangster, isn't it? Are you serious? Laughs Dina Benning. It's the perfect cover. And besides, have you any idea how many people get shot dead in this city every day? I am raking in a fortune selling flowers for funerals alone. The North Side gangster laughs, and the smell of all the flowers in the shop cover up the stink from the brewery downstairs. And in what name would you like the roses to be arranged in? Asked Mr. Schofield. Dean will do. In capital letters, replies the black and grey pinstripe-suited shadow man, still wearing a tatty black, dusty cashmere overcoat and battered top hat. John Scalisi and Albert Anselmi, the two grey pinstriped-suited gangsters wearing trilby hats, are now standing behind Frankie Ale. We were wondering what was taking you so long, boss. I take it that these are the two goons who are going to shoot me, suggests the Irish gangster. You want me dead? Just because I hijacked a few of Turio's lorries. So, a few of Turio's trucks. Johnny has done a hell of a lot worse to me in the past. The Irishman rolls up his left trouser to reveal his crippled leg. Why do you think I walk with a cane? What the fuck happened? Asked the New York gangster. Did the fox do that? He pushed me under a streetcar when I was 13 years old because I wouldn't pay my taxes. What taxes? Asked the 34-year-old New Yorker. Pickpocket taxes, of course, sighs the Irish mob boss. So what about the fucking robbery? You know as well as I do that in our line of business, sometimes people are going to get hurt. What's the big deal? Laughs the leader of the North Side gang. Joseph, my nephew. So Giuseppe, my nephew, was riding in one of the trucks you ambushed on Saturday. He was only 21 years old. One of your boys shot him in the chest with a Tommy gun, explains Frank. Dino Banyan breathes a heavy sigh. Oh shit. I'm really sorry, Frankie. He holds out his right hand. My sincerest condolences. I'm really, really sorry, honestly. But if we are going to play with guns, then sooner or later most of us will end up dead. If you play with fire, then you might get burnt. That is the risk we all take in our line of business. Frankie L pulls the trigger of the bone-handled Colt's new service pistol, shooting a Banyan in the neck. That is for my boy. The middle-aged, balding, plump owner of the florist turns around to face the storm. Sounds like trouble. The Italian gangster breathes a heavy sigh and walks back to the front of the flower shop. Dino Banyan falls to his knees. Bill Bones carefully places a ruby-red rose into the breast pocket of Patrick Schofield's green apron. Just in case you ever remember that we were ever here, he suggests. Johnny Scalise and Albert Asomi, the two grey-suited Italian mobsters, shoot the Irish mob leader of the North Side gang in the face and throat. A Banyan lies dead in a puddle of blood on the concrete floor. Chapter 11. If you survive this long. From deuces to dust. At 8 o'clock on Monday morning on the 1st of December 1924, the Four Deuces Club is raided by the police. Most of them are of Irish descent. Johnny Terrio, Al Capone and Gloria Roundtree are arrested on prostitution and bootlegging offences. The old Red Indian standing behind the bar whispers into Inspector Callahan's right ear. Yuskawicha, Yaglua, Wanani, Wayo here, Sokani. The middle-aged police officer unlocks Johnny Terrio's handcuffs. And my friends, suggests Sawakin. What are you doing, sir? Asks Detective Halloran, tapping his boss on the left shoulder. I am letting them go, of course. Frowns the balding, chubby police officer, wearing a grey suit and beige Macintosh. What does it look like? We have more important matters to deal with. But you have just arrested Johnny Terrio, sir, frowns the young blue-suited detective. We all make mistakes occasionally, sighs Inspector Callahan. The clock on the wall of the speakeasy strikes 10 a.m. What did you say to him? Asked Johnny Terrio, sipping a bottle of whiskey in the smashed-up bar of the Four Deuces Club. Broken glass scattered all over the red-carpeted floor. Release them, you have urgent business elsewhere, laughs Warken. I will find you another saloon hack, laughs the Chicago mob boss. You can have one of my other speakeasies to do with as you wish. No doubt the cops will be back later to lock this place down, when they realise what just happened. To be honest, Mr. Terrio, I'm thinking about heading home to Fort Berthold. My tribe, the Mandan, what is left of them anyhow, have a long-established relationship with the Hidatsa and Ipikara people. The reservation is just south of the border with Canada in North Dakota. Oh, that should be our reservation. Sorry. Oh, leave it there. At your age, my old friend, I am really not that surprised that you are retiring. Even a bartender isn't safe these days, thanks to the prohibition laws, laughed Johnny. You said anything about retirement, laughed the old Red Indian medicine man. I just figured it would be the perfect place to smuggle whiskey into the country from Winnipeg and Regina City. The Mississippi River runs through our reservation and would make an ideal transportation link to distribute our alcohol to the southern states. What about my medicine? Asked the ex-manager of the Four Deuces Club, looking very worried. Don't worry, Alphonse. I will make sure that you have a good supply of the elixir whenever you need it. Hawakan reaches under the bar. Oh, sorry. And hands out Capone a bottle of 9 yellow glass bottles. In the meantime, this should last you 6 months at least. Drink a bottle whenever the itch comes back, he suggests. The Mandan Indian hands a box of blue glass bottles to his daughter. They should last Jacob a couple of months at least. Just tell him not to mix them with his whiskey so often. Chuckles. The 89-year-old bartender. Gloria hugs her father. Have we got any more beers left, Pop? My throat is as dry as my girl's pussies are right now, frowns the beautiful, plump, mixed-race brothel madam, still wearing a red silk nightie and an old, comfy green dressing gown. I'm certain that I can find you another whorehouse for your girls, Gloria. And your boys, of course. Big Jim Colosimo left me brothels scattered over the entire city of Chicago. Although I can't promise you that any of them will be as glamorous as the Four Deuces, frowns Johnny Turriot. Billy Bones taps the Italian mob boss on the left shoulder. We had better be moving out soon, boss. The police could be back at any moment, he suggests. Oh, fuck it, let's carry on. Chapter 12. The Foxtrot. Johnny Turriot takes out a golden pocket watch from his waistcoat pocket and flips open the lid. The time is 6:20 in the evening of Saturday the 24th of January 1925. He is sitting in the right side passenger seat in the rear of the shiny polished purple Studebaker automobile beside his wife Anna. I hope you enjoyed your little shopping trip this afternoon, my dear. I haven't shopped at Weibolt and Goldblatt's department store for such a long while, giggles the pretty young woman, buried beneath a pile of green shopping bags on her lap and under her feet. I don't think we could have squeezed one more box into the back of the car. Don't I know it? Chuckles the Chicago mob boss. You just cost me $2,000 today. But who's counting? Valentino Macaroni pulls up outside 712 South Clyde Avenue and pulls the handbrake. You're home, sir, smiles his young, handsome, slick-back, black-haired Italian driver. I wonder what they are waiting for, giggles the 42-year-old gangster, gazing at the three young men carrying violin cases. Sorry, wait a minute. Ow. Oops. I wonder what they are waiting for, giggles the 42-year-old gangster, gazing at the three young men carrying violin cases. Standing on the right side pavement of the street in the pouring rain. Maybe they are on their way to a gig in a jazz club, suggests Johnny's wife. They should have bought umbrellas. One of the young men taps a finger on the right hand rear passenger window. "Excuse me, sir, are you Johnny Torrio?" asks Jaime Wise, a young handsome Jewish boy. The Italian mob boss nods his head. "Sorry, but I just wanted to make sure." Jaime stands back with his friends. Bill Crow climbs out of the right side front passenger seat and puts his battered black top hat back on his head. He walks around the back of the car and opens the left side rear door. The three Northside mobsters. Two wearing brown tweed suits and trilby hats, and the Jew in a black suit, lay their violin cases down on the concrete pavement and open the lids. "Now," suggests Vincent Drucke. "Oh, that is nice. I think they're going to play us a tune," giggles Anna Torrio, handing the Shadow Man another bag of shopping. The three Northside gangsters surround the car and pump bullets from their Tommy guns into the windscreen and right-hand side of the car, killing Valentino Macaroni instantly and shooting the Italian mob boss in the jaw, lungs, groin, legs and abdomen. A hail of bullets pumping into the fat shopping bag stacked between Johnny and his wife. Bill Crow pulls Anna away from the car and jumps on top of her. He pushes Mrs. Torrio under the car. "Stay there," whispers the undead Jewish Shadow Man. Vincent Drucke draws his pistol and shoots the Shadow Man 3 times in the back. "No witnesses," the boss ordered, laughs Bugs Moran. Bill Crow stands up. "You are going to have to try harder than that," he laughs. 3 bullets pump out of the undead... Sorry, 3 bullets pop. 3 bullets pop out of the undead Jew's back, and the wounds heal within seconds. "I am not dead yet." Vincent Drucke shoots Bill in the stomach 8 times with his Tommy gun, and the ex-Undertaker falls to his knees. Jaime shoots the Shadow Man in the head with a Magnum pistol, and Bill Crow collapses dead on the ground. "Yep, that should do the trick," he laughs. Chapter 13, Resurrection. "Record his time of death at approximately 7 o'clock in the evening," suggests Nurse Islington. "Mind you, he's icy stone cold to the touch, and his flesh is as white as a ghost. Better make that 5:30, she sighs. "He looks as if he's been dead forever." Bill Crow sits upright in the ambulance. He coughs for a few seconds and spits out a bullet. "That was beginning to give me a headache," he laughs. "Stop the ambulance," shouts the nurse. "I've got a zombie back here," she screams. "My apologies." The undead Jewish Shadow Man breathes a heavy sigh. "I didn't mean to startle you." He stands up and opens the back doors of the white ambulance. Al Capone is pacing up and down in the waiting room of the Mercy Hospital when Bill Crow arrives half an hour later. His black cashmere overcoat and suit full of bullet holes. How is he? He's still in surgery, but the doctors think that Johnny will survive. By some miracle, none of the bullets damaged his vital organs. Well, apart from a punctured lung and a bullet in his left testicle. Maybe I can help him heal quicker, suggests the undead Jew. Not this time, Billy. I know what you can do. Abe Jackson told me, laughs Al Capone. The time is 20 minutes past 10 on Sunday morning, when Johnny Torrio eventually awakes, rather drowsily from his operation. Come back tomorrow, sighs Johnny. I ain't gonna die today. How's Anna? The mob boss sits up. Is she okay? Don't worry, boss. She's just fine. A little bit shaken, though. I gave her a couple of sleeping pills and she is out cold. Fast asleep at home in bed. I have 2 of my men watching over the house and one inside just in case the Irish try to hit us again. Al Capone breathes a heavy sigh. Billy shielded her from the bullets. The time is 9:15 on Monday, 26th of January 1925, and the Chicago mob boss is sitting up in bed, eating a spoonful of lime jelly. Don't you have any other flavours? Complains the gangster to Sister Popplethwaite. Al Capone sits on a wooden pine chair on the right side of Torrio's bed, and Bill Crow stands behind him. The mob boss breathes a heavy sigh. This is the end of the line for me, my friends. I'm going to go back home. What are you talking about? Dr. Packman told us that you were going to live, laughs out. You haven't got a date with the grave tonight. Home to Italy, my dear friends, laughs Johnny Torrio, the Italian boss of the Chicago outfit. I have had enough of this game. The business is all yours from now on. I'm retiring. Bill Crow shakes the mob boss's right hand. Congratulations, Don Capone. But I have to be leaving too now. Half the Chicago Police Department are out on the streets at this moment, searching for a walking corpse. The end.